Even though we saw interest rates go up, we saw mortgage application demand rise as well. Why? Next. That article, and we're just going to dabble a little bit in commercial real estate and where that's going. Just, it's all over the place if you see media out there, but what is the real feeling out there about commercial real estate? Next on Real Estate Daily. Welcome everyone. My name is Troy, and every day we go over the latest news in real estate, mortgage, and the housing market. Now, I know I took a break yesterday. I needed some time away, and you saw my business partner, Ryan. Tell me below what you think of him, huh? What do you think? Is he exciting? Is he fun? Is he party boy? I don't know. He's one A, B, C, or D, none of the above. He bored the shit out of me, okay? Now, let's jump right into this. If you're a buyer or a seller out there and you're like confused, what do I do? Troy, where do I start? First thing you do is you go down, hit the links below, and get 100% off today, and today only, 100%. Exactly what my girlfriend likes, 100% off, right? Typical. I'm going to give you a buyer's guide right below. Hit that link, put in your email address. I will shoot you out a buyer's guide. Simplifies the process and makes it easier, as well as I will then send you a couple more emails, maybe hook you up to the MLS, which is a direct connection into what we see us realtors input. Now, if you guys go back and you say, well, I got Zillow and I got Redfin and I got Realtor.com, guess what? Old information. Who wants old information? If you're that type of person that wants old information or inaccurate information, then jump on those three. If you want up-to-date, up-to-the-minute information, meaning once it's inputted by us real estate agents, it goes directly to you in an email. That is what we can offer. This is why we are real estate agents and we're not home flippers that just died completely, like the stores in the mall are dying completely off, right? We're not one of those guys because Zillow and Redfin have now stopped all their flipping programs that they had because they got crushed. All right, let's jump right into it. This is CNBC. This is my girlfriend. Come on, let's go see girlfriend. Diana Olick. You're not, it's not gonna move. There she is. Hey, she's got half a smile on her face. Well, half because it's positive news because she doesn't like to report positive news. All right. Demand for home buyers drive gains in purchase applications as 30-year fixed rate rises. People, and I've said this last 3 or 4 weeks, actually I said it last month or so, they're getting used to these rates. And they're getting used to these rates because they understand that when there's less buyers in the market, they have a better chance to buy a home. Once the Fed decides to pivot, and that's been a discussion with all my loan officer buddies, friends, oh, it's going to pivot in 3 weeks. It's going to pivot in 3 months. It's going to pivot in, by the end of summer. Then we're going to see rates plummet. And when we see rates plummet, all those people that are sitting on the sidelines that are paying high rent rates, high rental prices are going to be FOMOing in right into this market and then raising it straight up. I know. You're going to hear my girlfriend, let's see it, talk about it's not affordable. But that's kind of funny because I have buyers all over the place that can afford $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 homes. And it doesn't make any sense that people talk about they can't afford it. So I don't understand it at this moment. But again, what we're seeing is people getting used to it, having a plan about refining somewhere in the next 12 months and getting that price, getting into the market and getting that mortgage payment down and being happy that they're not competing with 10 different offers and multiple offers and then succumbing to whatever the seller wants, right? Because the seller rules the world. We don't want that to happen. We want the buyers. Say we're buyers. No, we're also pro sellers. All right. Now let's go talk about commercial real estate. It's just simply like all over the place. If we think about it, as we see residential real estate, it's really doing well. It's holding its own. We're in a neutral market, even maybe a little bit of an up market. We see that commercial real estate is in a whole different market. It says Morgan Stanley analyst thinks commercial real estate is heading for something, quote, worse than the great financial crisis. Here's what Goldman Sachs and UBS have to say. We're just seeing a lot of vacancies and we're not seeing them be filled. Well, why? Well, number one, we're seeing bigger companies just releasing more and more people. We saw Google, we're seeing, Disney just dumped 7,000 jobs. We're seeing all these different big companies just dump jobs left and right all over the place. And it's leaving a lot of commercial real estate space. Some of them want to sell it, some of them want to lease it, but there's just not that many people to take them over. And because of that, companies have to make those payments still, especially if they don't own the property outright. And that's what we're seeing Morgan Stanley say, hey, if we're seeing more people work from home, we're seeing less of this the vacancy that's growing and growing, especially in cities. Look at San Francisco. Vacancy rates were approaching 40%. It's ridiculous. The powers that be over there are screaming and yelling, let's make it residential, but it's not that easy to turn it residential, and especially in a crappy city like San Francisco, where you don't have a lot of demand, for certain areas of the city that the government has just run down into nothing, that are full of homeless. Who wants to live in that kind of sewer? So you just don't see it. I don't care. It's not that easy, again, to make it to make commercial turn into residential. Just not at easy. All right, next here. So again, I'll say this much. What we're seeing here in Southern California is more of the higher properties. If it's not priced properly or it doesn't have the great upgrades and amenities, you're just not seeing it sell. But if you do see those upgrades, you're seeing a lot of millennials and some of those crypto multimillionaire Gen Zs out there. They're looking at the higher end stuff that's already completely fixed up. It's unique, it's modern. Hampton house prices hit all-time highs due to shortages in availability. That is the summary of the entire market. There's just no inventory. There's no inventory. It causes prices to, if there's no buyers, it causes prices just to kind of stay right there in a neutral zone. But if you see a demand for homes being purchased, then you're seeing values go up and up. And this is what we're seeing right here. So before you just jump into, this whole narrative that the whole housing market crisis is about to happen, that's been the same narrative now for 12 months, just realize that your rents are going to continue to go up. It doesn't matter what media says. Rents are going up. Unless you live in Democratic-run cities like San Francisco, Los Angeles, here on the West Coast, Seattle, or some other cities in which they put rent freezes on it because they only care about the population of homeless and the population that's sitting there that isn't making any money, that's not working, and they want to keep subsidizing them, so they keep handcuffing those investors. But outside of that, go to the suburbs, you're seeing values, you're seeing that rents keep going up year over year, and it's getting higher and higher. Let's change the mindset, people. Change the mindset. If I'm looking for a home today, and the market is neutral, I might find a gem even though it doesn't fit my box. And that's the biggest problem I'm seeing with millennials as well as Gen Zs. They want the perfect home, but they want the perfect price. Ain't happening. It ain't happening. You need to take your first home, especially first-time home buyers, and you need to just get into the market. But if you hesitated 2 years ago, you're down 30%, possibly 40% in equity that you can then turn around today and then purchase sell your home and purchase a bigger home that's more perfect for your needs. But there's going to be a time when we're going to see interest rates fall and 100,000 buyers are going to hit this market and crush it, right? And we're going to see home values go up. We're also seeing fractional real estate, and I can't stress this enough. Tokenized real estate and fractionalized real estate, where there'll be entities owning 20 to 30% of homes, and the homeowner or the shared homeowner will only be paying 70% of the value, a mortgage on 70%, while the investor holds 30%. So it makes the mortgage it makes the mortgage way more affordable, but you're fractionalizing the ownership of that property, and it just makes sense. That's why I think in the future, real estate is going to be worth so much more money. There's only so much on this earth, and you can't just keep building in rural areas because you're just hurting the environment. Hey, come on, ESG people. And then there's earthquake faults here in California. Can't build on those unless you're looking for one elevator straight down to hell, right? So with that being said, we're just got to see this happen and play out. Guys, get in the market. All right, let's jump into, let's go all the way into interest rates. Well, we're seeing interest rates pretty flat here again, but we're seeing them at 6.4 almost across the board. 6.40 for conforming conventional, 6.46 on jumbo, really flat there. And we saw a little tick up here in 30-year FHA, 6.38. Again, we're going to see when the Fed pivots, these numbers are going to collapse. If we take a look at it, we're sitting right at that 6.4 range. Okay, just simply right there. I think that we have a chance somewhere near the end of hopefully summer, if not the fourth quarter, we'll see them roll right into the fives. If it happens like that, watch out, world. Here we come. We're going to have a housing boom and a refi boom. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. I'm going to give you the best information for 5 to 10 minutes on a daily basis in real estate and the mortgage market. Now, if you do feel like you have a comment or a question, you can DM me privately or you go down below. But do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, right? That like button really helps the channel out. Otherwise, guys, you take care and I'll see you tomorrow.